Got some really amazing video, a testimonial now. A child of two LGBT parents, fully grown, revealing how it affected her life. Tiffany Gray for the Conservative Tribune reports that when gay and lesbian parents start having children through adoption or sperm donations, many question how that would affect the child as they matured. Now one woman has decided to speak out about her experience growing up with two mothers. Her testimony may actually shock you. Her name's Millie Fontana, 24 years old. She's from Australia. She shared her story with hundreds of listeners at the Australian Christian Lobby back in 2015. Now, it's a whole 13-minute speech. We're only going to show you a clip, but it gives the perspective from the other side of being a donor-conceived child and what happened to her and her unique experience as an individual. Well, it really devastated her. Take a look.
My name is Millie Fontana. I'm 23 years old, and I am a donor-conceived child of lesbian parents. I stand here with support from all three of my parents. This is a testimony that is, safe to say, unheard of, because nobody wants to hear about the other side of the rainbow. The side that is not catered for, that don't grow up happy and grow up with a dissenting idea of what a family structure should be. Growing up, I wanted a father. I felt it within me that I was missing a father before I could even articulate what a father was. I knew that I loved both of my parents, but I could not place my finger on what it is I was missing inside myself. When I hit school, I started to realize through observing other children and their loving bonds with their fathers that I really was missing out on something very special. I was lied to throughout school. I was told I didn't have a father, or that perhaps they didn't know who he was. It was very difficult for me to affirm a stable identity because of this, and my behavioral and emotional stability suffered greatly because of it. I stand here before you, raised atheist with no religious affiliations. I stand with Christians because so far in this debate, Christians are the only people trying to reflect the issues that follow with children. Christians, so far, are the only people trying to shine light on stories like mine. Nobody in the LGBT lobby wants to hear from someone like me, because so far, love is love, right? We don't exist. Growing up, I would look in the mirror and I would think to myself, where did I get these green eyes? Where did I get these aspects of my personality, these talents that neither of my parents in the home had? The answer to that is quite simply my father. But in reality, it's not just the father or the donor, as they like to call it. It turns out I have an uncle, I have an auntie, and I have a grandmother, along with many loving cousins. When they chose what parts of my identity were acceptable to reveal to me, they took something from me. And where other children were able to look in the mirror and reconcile those missing parts and say, I love my mothers or my fathers, I could not, because in my eyes, who were my parents to decide what parts of me were acceptable to reveal to me? Meeting my father at 11 years old was probably the only time I had been a stable child. I saw for the very first time who I was. I looked into his eyes and I thought, that is the missing part of me. Not because I'd fantasized about having a father, but because I could put a face to who I was. so I could look at somebody who was equally responsible for my existence. I could affirm my identity based on this man. And if I had not met my father, I would not be standing here with you today, because my emotional reaction to not having him in my life, even at such a young age, was devastating, and it caused me to regress in my development.
Now that's clearly a perspective you're not going to hear anywhere. You're not going to hear it promoted. You're not going to hear that person's voice. Okay? They're going to work to suppress that individual's voice. She said, I knew that I loved both of my parents, but I could not place my finger on what it was I was missing inside myself. She admitted she knew she wanted a father even though she could not articulate it, and even lacked a true sense of what a father was. Quote, when they chose what parts of my identity were acceptable to reveal to me, they took something from me. And where other children were able to look in the mirror and reconcile those missing parts and say, I love my mother's or my father's, I could not, because in my eyes, who were my parents to decide what parts of me were acceptable to reveal? She admitted her story is not one that is often heard because nobody wants to hear about the other side of the rainbow. The side that is not catered for, that don't grow up happy, and grow up with a dissenting idea of what a family structure should be. Now, she met her father at the age of 11. She was finally able to fill the void that she felt from birth. Her story is only one of many that will certainly come to light, as she explains so powerfully. Human nature cannot be denied by human political correctness. What are your thoughts about her experience? Comment below. Subscribe for updates. If you like what we're doing, give us a thumbs up and share this on your social networks. For the Next News Network, I'm Gary Franchi. All right, folks, you need to take a look at this. This is called the Tiger Stream streaming device.
Pretty much, we're getting rid of cable because we heard about this.
And y'all already know what it is. Your boy Soulja Boy. Shout out to Tiger Stream. We just opened it up straight out the box. Yeah, man. If you ain't got this in your crib, you ain't no big dog, man.
And I finally figured out a way to cut the cord for good and no longer pay subscription for cable.
This is a really handy device that allows you to stream live content straight to your TV.
The Tiger Stream is the best media streaming Android device that I've ever used.
When it comes to looking for something to watch, I swear, the Tiger Stream box is king.
From the moment you open the box, the Tiger Stream is going to stand out from all the other streaming box providers.
I put this thing through its paces, and let me tell you guys, this thing is a game changer.
If you're like me and you are sick and tired of feeding the beast,
with all the content this device can access, it literally pays for itself in just a few months.
This is hands down one of the best options for a direct cable or satellite replacement box I've ever used.
how much money do you pay for cable, paying it to Comcast?
Every movie ever made since the 1930s.
Well, this new device right here, this device is going to change the game altogether.
You possess the power to impact the global narrative. Please share this report, and to get more videos like this, become a Next News subscriber by clicking the link below. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.